and it is given by Franco Modigliani, and he has developed this theory in the early 50s. And the reason for the development of this theory is basically the consumption puzzle. Okay, so basically, when Keynes has given his psychological no, so based on psychological no and Keynes conjecture, we have a non-proportional relationship between consumption and income. Okay, then there is empirical studies done. Okay, in the say 30s, they have family budget data of 35 36, 1935 36, and then 41 42. Then we have cyclical time series data that more or less conform to the Keynes non-proportional relationship. Okay, but later on 1946, Simon Kuznets has done a quite a long term from 1869 to 1938 time series analysis of the US economy, and found out that the average propensity to consume remain more or less constant. Okay, so the apprehension that the Keynesian economists have, that after World War II finish, okay, when income of the economy increases, since there is a non-proportional relationship between consumption and income, so as income increases, so what will happen over the period of time, consumption will fall, and when consumption will fall, there will be not enough profitable investment, so our aggregate demand will fall. Okay, and if government will not intervene, then we can have a cessation of recession and depression again. Okay, so here Modigliani is presented a theory where he want to means again contest the Keynes argument that consumption is not a function of current income. Okay, basically according to Keynes, consumption is a function of current income. Okay, or the absolute level of income. Okay, or the income level is a primary determinant of your consumption. Okay, but in the long run, Modigliani is saying that income, okay, is not a primary determinant of your consumption. Okay, and wealth also play a role. Okay, and the proportional relationship that we been having in the short run. Okay, the intercept term. Okay, in the intercept term, the naval effect. Okay, will be determined by wealth. Okay, so this is what we are going to do in today's lecture. So let me develop the background a little bit. What actually how the theory evolved. Okay, so basically, Franco Modigliani has used the intertemporal choice of consumer behavior. Okay, given by Fisher. So let me talk little bit about that. So this model will be more much better clear. Okay, so in the intertemporal choice model, intertemporal choice of consumer behavior. Okay, basically we are looking at two time periods. This is intertemporal choice. So we are comparing one time period with another. Okay, consumption in one time period with another. Okay, that is why it is called intertemporal choice of consumer behavior. So we have consumption in time period 1 and consumption in time period 2. I am not developing the entire model, just developing the basic argument. Okay, so actually what he is saying is that income fluctuate. Okay, but when you want to smooth out consumption, you can save a part of it. Okay, and you can use that later on. Okay, or if your current income is no, you can borrow, and later on you can pay for that. Okay, when you expect your income to increase. Okay, so that is what I am developing little bit of analysis, so that when we are doing the life cycle income hypothesis, it will be easier to understand the thing. Okay, so consider two period model. Okay, so income you have in period 1 and period 2. Similarly, consumption you have in period 1 and period 2. Okay, so if income in period 1 can be equal to consumption in period 1. Okay, and in next period what you earn you will spend, or income in period 1 can be greater than consumption in period 1, that means you are saving, so you are a saver. Then in the next period, okay, if there is a fluctuation in income, you can increase your consumption. So by saving today or consuming less today, you can significantly increase the amount that you consume tomorrow. Okay, or if your income is this but you are consuming more in period 1, then you are a borrower, and in the next period your consumption will be less. Okay, this is basically what he has formulated. Okay, initial points on this initial point. Take one example, then it will be more clear. Okay, so say your income in period 1 is 4,000, and say consumption in period 1 is 3000. So saving in period 1, and whatever you have, you will add whatever income you have, okay, whatever source of earning you have, you will distribute between these two periods. Okay, this is one of the assumption. A rate of interest is given, and we will only look at the thing from two period analysis. Okay, and they not saving net when the period finish. There will be not saving net. Okay, saving in period 1 will be 1000, and suppose rate of interest is 5%. Okay, and income, since income fluctuates, say income in period 2 is 2000. Okay, so what will be the consumption in period 2? It will be income in period 2. Okay, but whatever you saving in period 1, saving in period 1, but plus whatever interest you are getting on saving, right, plus rate of interest that you are getting on saving. So this will be equal to what? 2000 plus 1000 plus 5% of 1000 is 50. Okay, so you are almost getting 3050. Okay, so you are more or less smooth out your consumption. Okay, a kind of, right, given the interest rate, it is more or less same kind of consumption, you are able to do it. Okay, how it is possible? I'm not driving the equation, okay, intercept term and equation. I'm just giving you one example. Consider this is a constraint, okay, and this point, at this point when you have consumption of period to 0, okay, that means you can consume the both period income in present value term here. Okay, similarly when you have consumption of period 1 0, so in terms of future value you can have intercept term here. Okay, that have notation, I'm not going to that. So income in period 1 equal consumption in period 1 at this point. Okay, suppose. So if this person want to consume more, okay, he need to be a saver, he need to be around this point. So if his consumption is here, this is a point of income, okay, and this is a point of consumption, C1 prime. Okay, then in the future he can increase his consumption, right? So this is what this model is saying. Okay, so Fisher, this formulation, intertemporal choice of consumer behavior, used by Modigliani when he constructing the life cycle hypothesis. So we are going to look into that part. Okay, and it is easy to develop. I have developed this part. Okay, so it is easy to develop the model. So that is not an issue. Okay. Now, after doing this, okay, let me give you a general definition. What general statement, non definition. What actually Modigliani want to present. Okay, so basically he is saying that people generally have variation in their income throughout their lifetime. Okay, so when they have high income level, during that time they save. Okay, they keep money, and when they have no income, they use that money to spread out their consumption, to even out their consumption throughout their lifetime. Okay, so to present this aspect, okay, basically let's develop a simple model. Okay, so to develop this model, let's consider okay, before I develop the model, okay, so let me put it one more time, statement. Okay, what actually we are going to do. Okay, so in the Keynes consumption function, okay, consumption is a function of current income, right? Here he is saying that Modigliani in the life cycle hypothesis that consumption is a function of your life cycle income. Okay, and your life cycle income, okay, is determined by the amount of wealth you have and the neighbor income you have. Okay, so that is what I am going to develop. Okay, life cycle consumption, in other words, life cycle consumption depends on your amount of wealth and your type of neighbor income that you are earning. Okay, so given that, okay, you want to smooth out your or even out your consumption level throughout your lifetime. Okay, so this model we are going to develop from the simple formulation. First we will have only neighbor income. We will start from the time period when individual start to work. Okay, we will not look at before that time period. Okay, he has worked out where he has look at before the time period. Okay, where that person family is supporting that person, or he can borrow from the bank, okay, and he can finance his study and can have earning in the later period, okay, and through earning, through saving, he can pay for the period that he is not earning, okay. So I'm not looking into that part. I'm starting from the period from the point from where he or she has started working, okay. So here what we are doing is that we are, let me check it for you. Okay. So here basically what we are doing is that we are saying that consider a person, okay, and he had no inheritance, that means he has no wealth, okay, and in general income of the individual fluctuates, right? So we are saying that consider that his neighbor income is more or less stable, okay, and the reason that we are taking that his neighbor income is stable, that we are saying that forget about any change in price, okay, or any change in expectation, or everything just keep constant, okay. We just want to see how this individual is planning his night time of income, okay, in terms of determining consumption over a period of time, even, okay. So he has a neighbor income, okay, and in the beginning he has a neighbor income, part of the income he consume, part of the income he save, and that saving is used to create wealth, okay. And second part of the model is that this person can earn neighbor income only in his working life, okay. Once he retired, okay, the remaining night that he has, he will use, he or she will use the saving, okay, and balance out or even out consumption for the rest of the part of his life, okay. So this is what we are going to develop, okay. And here what we are going to do is that first I will say that there is no wealth, okay, and determine the consumption part, okay, what actually consumption will look like, okay, from the starting point. And the starting point I am saying again that when he start to work, okay, that will be the starting point, and then later on in between the period when he or she has accumulated the wealth, okay, we will look at how his total consumption, okay, will be changing, okay, when I am introducing the wealth, okay, how his total consumption is changing, and it not only depend on income, okay, it will also depend on wealth, okay, and how this is going to give us a resolution, okay, in the life cycle hypothesis framework for the consumption puzzle, okay. Next start the model. So basically the first part of model is no wealth, okay. So this is first part of the model. So consider this person having normal life of nn years, normal life of nn years, okay, and this is normal life after when he start working, okay, and he has say working life of wn years, okay, and he has neighbor income of yn every year, and this remains more or less stable, okay. There is no much fluctuation, okay, this in this modeling framework, okay. So this is normal life that this person have, okay, and this is working life. So when I subtract normal life with working life, I will get the retirement life, okay. Suppose I start working, okay, at the age of 30. So this I will consider starting point to be 0, okay, and I have and I need for 80 years, okay. So I start as 30, so consider this to be the starting point, okay, and I say need for 80 years. So my normal life of when I start, I will subtract this 30, then it is 50 years, okay, and working life is 35 years, okay. This is 35 years working life, okay. Then out of the remaining is my retirement life. So normal life minus working life, it is 50. 15 plus 35 is 50, okay, plus 30 is my 80 years, okay. This is the specification what we have. Since in the beginning I don't have any wealth, okay, I don't have any inheritance, okay, so my total nighttime income night time income will be my neighbor income that I earn every year, neighbor income multiplied by my working night. Okay, if my neighbor income is say 100 and my working night is 35, then my this is neighbor income per year. Okay, and this is stable. So my neighbor income is 35 and working neighbor income is 100 and working night is 35, then it is 3500. This is my total night time income. Okay, and here what Modigliani is saying that consumer or individual want to even out or smooth out consumption throughout the night time. Okay, so this is the normal night. Okay, multiply with consumption. Okay, this is my total consumption spending throughout my night time. Okay, after I started the job, this is my total consumption spending throughout my night time, and this must be equal to my total night time of income. Okay, because since I don't get any inherited, I don't want to leave any bequest, no bequest for next generation. Okay, so whatever income I am earning, whatever wealth I am generating, okay, I am using that for personally. Okay, so there is no bequest for future generation. So my total consumption, okay, throughout my night time must be equal to my total income. Okay, so consumption will be equal to working night over normal night into my neighbor income. Okay, so working night is always less than normal night. Okay, you can see it. So this is proportional. This is called factor of proportionality, and it will differ from individual to individual. Consider a sport person. Okay, a sport person has a working night very small. Okay, they start from say 19, 20 years. They stay for 35, 38 years, right? But their neighbor income is very high. Okay, so they will plan accordingly. Okay, second thing is that some scientists, okay, they enter the workforce very late. Okay, but their working night is very high, right? You can consider that thing. So it depends on the nature of work and when you enter the job. Okay, this proportional factor. Okay, here when I'm not considering wealth, so consumption is a function of this proportion will be given. Okay, this proportion will be given about for this individual. When I know this proportion is given. Okay, so consumption is a function of your neighbor income. Okay, given this proportion, consumption is a function of neighbor income when I have no wealth. So remember this equation. This equation is very important. Okay. Now, let me draw the graph of this. Okay. Then it will be more clear. So I am drawing the graph in short. Okay. Because I don't want to draw many times. So simple graph I am just drawing on the side. So here I am taking time period. Here I am taking the starting point. Okay, say 30 years, whatever you want to write, and this is my working night, this is my normal night. Okay, this much 50 years you can say in the example. So this is my neighbor income, okay, say 100 rupees, whatever, and this is stable throughout the period that I am working. Okay, so this is my total income. Okay, and I want to have a smooth consumption or uniform consumption throughout my lifetime. This is the smooth consumption part that I want to have throughout the night time. Okay, so this is consumption 9. Okay, area below this is representing my consumption expenditure during my working time or working night. Okay, and this part represents my saving. Okay, and after working night I don't have any neighbor income. Okay, my neighbor income finish here. Okay, so this saving I will use here, I will this save. Okay, after working night, neighbor, this normal night minus working night is my retirement night. Just check it. Okay, my normal night minus working night. Okay, so whatever night I have is my retirement night. So I will use this saving. Okay, that means I will this save during this period to smooth out my consumption. This saving. Okay, so how it is happening? So when I am saving, okay, what I am doing, I am accumulating wealth throughout the period. Okay, initially, okay, what will happen every time is that when my income increases, when will not increase in the same proportion. Okay, but as the period grow, okay, when will increase in proportion to income. Okay, so I am accumulating when throughout my working life. Okay, once I retired, in my retirement life, what I am doing, I am just sending out my wealth or this saving. Okay, so that I can have a smooth consumption path throughout my lifetime. Okay, so this is what we have from this equation when I have no wealth. Okay, consumption is a function of your neighbor income. Okay, and I am earning wealth. Okay, I did not get any wealth. Okay, I did not inherited any wealth from the past, and I not bequest any wealth. I consume whatever I earn, whatever I save, and smooth out the consumption. Okay, now consider say time period T. Okay, where I have accumulated some wealth. Okay, during this time period, and I want to know that how this consumption path, okay, will be after this time period. Okay, this is what I am going to know, and here I am going to show that even in between the period I have accumulated wealth. Okay, I can still maintain the same smooth consumption path. Okay, so let's look at this. Just remember this equation. Okay, so I already have spent this much of life already, so this much of life is left of my total life. Okay, and this much of my working life is left. Okay, so how much total life I have left after time period T? Total life is left is normal life, okay, minus T. Okay, this is a normal life minus T, you will get this much. Okay, and how much is working life in left? This much is a working life. I have done this much work, so this much of working life is left. Working life minus T, this much is left. Okay, now I can earn my say neighbor income throughout this working life. Okay, so multiply by neighbor income. Okay, so this is my total income. Okay, after time period T, or this is my neighbor income. Okay, after time period T in my working life, and this is my night time after time period T. So total consumption, this is my equation. You can look at it. Okay, this is what consumption or consumption spending after time period T. Okay, it must be equal to, I acquired some wealth here, real wealth plus this is real wealth I acquired during time period T. Okay, this is wealth. Okay, plus my remaining working life, and I am earning income during that period. Okay, this is the equation what we have. Okay, now I can write this equation as C equal 1 over remaining part of my life, okay, after time period T, into real wealth I just write W. Okay, plus I take this term this side, so it will be like this. This is my remaining working life divided by remaining time I have left in my whole life. Okay, into neighbor income I just write income. Okay, multiplication. Okay, so this term, okay, consider this to be alpha and this to be small c. Okay, so consumption will be equal to alpha W plus small c y. Okay, so this is what Modigliani is saying. Life cycle consumption, okay, depend not only on your income but also depend on your wealth. Okay, so he is using this aspect, okay, to reconcile the short term consumption function with the long run consumption function. Okay, so let us do that in short on 2y. Okay, so in the short term wealth is given. Okay, so when wealth is given, this term, okay, just look back what is Kane consumption function. C equals C bar plus small c y. Okay, here it is autonomous given in the short term. Okay, here it depends on wealth. Okay, wealth is not changing in the short term, so So it is given. Okay. So when I am drawing a consumption function, say this is income, this is consumption. So consumption function I am drawing with respect to income. Okay. So my intercept, when income is 0, my intercept term will be this alpha w, right? If my income level is 0, okay, my intercept will be alpha w, okay, and delta c over delta y will be small c, right? And small c is what? Working night over normal night. This t is some constant, right? So this term will be less than 1, because working night will always be less than normal night, and working night is always positive, right? So working night minus t over normal night minus t. Okay, this is what remaining working night, remaining night time I have left. This must be greater than 0 and this must be less than 1. Okay, okay. So small c night between 0 and 1. Okay, and it is some constant term. Okay, so it will be having slope like this. Now when I am drawing curve like this, okay, for this equation, okay. So first thing is that it is showing non-proportional relationship. Okay, I have shown that this term MPC out of your income lies between 0 and 1. First aspect. Second thing, I have to show that as your income increases, APC decreases. Okay. So this is first part. Second part, look at this. Consumption over income equal alpha over wealth over income plus small c. Okay. So this is what APC. Let me write this APC. So it need to be satisfied 3 property. Okay. Consumption is a function of income. I am writing in this form. Okay. So income is a primary determinant of consumption in the short term. Okay. And MPC night between 0 and 1. This is first property. And consumption is a primary income is a primary determinant of consumption in the third property, right? And this one I am doing the second property, that APC decreases when income increases. Okay. That is what I am going to show. Okay. So when income increases in the short term, okay, when remain constant or increase in lesser proportion. Okay. So when income increases, what will happen? This term will decrease. Given this term, APC will decrease. Okay. So in the short term, okay, income increases more in proportion than wealth. Okay. So APC decline. Look at this. At this point, consumption income ratio is this one. Okay. At income level, say Y1, consumption income ratio is this one, C1 Y1. As income increases from Y1 to Y2, okay, consumption income ratio will fall. Slope is falling, that means C by Y ratio is falling. Okay. This is what we have. Okay. Now, this satisfies this thing. Okay. Now, second thing is that in the long run, what is happening is that when your income increases, okay, wealth also increases in the same proportion. Or in other words, both wealth and income increases in the same proportion. Okay. So what we will get? APT to be constant in the long run. When wealth and income increase in the same proportion, this term will be constant, right? When APC is constant, that means we get a proportional relationship between consumption and income. What is APC? Just look at this consumption function. Okay. APC is this term, C by Y. It is some constant sum, say C, okay, or C hat, whatever you want to say. Okay. C hat. APC is some constant term. Okay. This is what it is saying. Okay. In the long run, when income increases, wealth also increases in the same proportion. Okay. So we get a proportional relationship in the long run. Let me draw that thing from the origin. Okay. This is a long-term relationship. Okay. And this is a short-term relationship. Also, when your wealth increases, okay, this short-term consumption function will shift up. You can see it depends on wealth, right? When the wealth level is higher, then this consumption function will shift upward. Okay. So in this way, okay, in the long run, when your wealth increases, okay, and it becomes proportionally, and it will show proportional relationship between consumption and income, because APC is constant, your short-term consumption function will shift upward. And this long-term proportional relationship where APC is not funny, is nothing but the locus of combination of this shorter consumption function. Okay. So in the life cycle income hypothesis, okay, apart from say income, okay, what he is saying is that when, or you can say saving, okay, saving is given more focus, okay, saving or wealth is given more focus, okay, and it is this saving and wealth, okay, that keep APC constant, okay. In the Keynes analysis, consumption is a function of current income, okay. So when your income increases, okay, according to Keynes, okay, saving is a luxury which only rich people can afford, okay. So as your income increases, saving will increase, okay. So APC will fall, consumption as a proportion of income fall. Then what will happen as the economic prosper, your aggregate demand will fall, okay, as they not much profitable investment. So what will happen, upon demand will fall, so government need to intervene, okay. Here Modigliani is able to show that, okay, wealth is also an important part, okay. So if you are not consuming part of your income and you want to smooth out your consumption throughout the night time, okay, this saving you are using to smooth out the consumption, and wealth is playing an important role to make the APC constant, okay. I hope this is useful. So just have a look at it, okay. Thank you.